It would not be the start of a podcast with us if there were not technical issues. Are you
No.
good?
How do I adjust? This is how we know we're new. Okay, MacBook. Okay, sound's gonna come from
Well, you got to set all that up.
output volume.
Yeah,
Can you
so
hear?
I can hear you great. I can see you great. So for anybody listening, they said that the first podcast that you do, you'll
Can you hear
never
me
want to
now?
go back. I can hear you.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you don't want to go back and listen because it's miserable. So welcome to our miserable podcast.
It's fine. We don't have to worry about if we mess up. This is just between the two of us.
It's just between the two
Between
of
you
us.
and
It's
me.
fine.
Just
It's
between
just
you and
us.
me. It's fine.
Oh my
Can
gosh.
you
No,
hear
you look good. You sound good.
me?
Everything. And like on my stuff on this side, it looks like everything's recording just fine. So you're
Okay,
doing
because this is how my microphone's currently operating.
nailing it.
For all the tips.
Yep, all the tips were here. Let us know. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I forgot I had a microphone, so mine was just sitting over there. So we're nailing it.
If you can hear me fine, then I'm not going to worry over this.
No, I can hear you just fine. I can hear you just fine. So this episode, we talked about just introducing ourselves and perhaps telling the story about like how we met and became.
Give us our elevator speech.
More on that later. Okay, Molly, do you want to give the like introduction of who we are and how we became Chaos together?
Let's do this. Okay, so we're pretty much Smitey, right? Heidi and Molly, like we are the special girls sell real estate or something along these lines.
Holly.
Holly, there we go, Holly. And we started together at a company. Are we allowed to say company names? Do you?
Well, first of all, we're not attorneys, and so
No,
we don't
yeah.
know laws,
We're
and
not doctors either.
this is just for entertainment. So
we'll give you health tips, real estate tips, mom tips. But basically you're just gonna come along for the Heidi and Molly show.
yeah. So I say go ahead and say the brand. There's nothing bad to be said about it.
We loved working there, right? We both worked for a really wonderful brand called Berkshire Hathaway Home Services of America. We happened to be selected for their Millennium think tank, which was those of us who are younger-ish. We were picked together to sit on this council called the Rethink Council and share ideas, advise the company on where people our age were in the buying and selling of real estate and what our generation's doing. I think we would both agree that was some really formative years of our careers. It was wonderful.
Incredible. Like a life-changing opportunity. Agreed. And they couldn't have two people from the same state. Is that right?
That's right. You're right. Yep. Except for the sisters. We love you, Eileen and Shannon.
Yeah, you're right. I never noticed that before.
Yeah, they were the only ones that they're a team of sisters.
But I think that they came in as one.
Yeah, they came in as one. They took one seat.
Yeah. And then I think there were 12 total.
Yeah. It was very exclusive group.
Yeah.
We're really blessed to be there for sure.
Yeah. And you could apply, they could find you, whatever. Like it is the golden ticket in real estate to have gotten in that. And that's when we met. And I'm going to allow you to tell the story of
we didn't like each other when we first met.
Our fateful beginning.
Well, actually, that's not true. Heidi didn't like me. I liked her.
That is true.
I really wanted to be her friend real bad. I called my sister at the end of the night and I said, well, I made 2 friends and 1 enemy. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I met 2 people I really liked. And then I met one who really doesn't like me. So what happened was we met and we went around the room and we talked about how stop me, Heidi, if I'm wrong, but we went around and we talked about how we started in real estate, about how much volume we had and how we got there or something like this. And so I said, I'm Molly McGinty out of Houston. I sold this volume and I honest to God have no idea how I got here. The business just comes or something. Like, honestly, it was like knowing me now, Heidi, what would you'd be like, that's the most on brand thing you could have said. Like, it was probably the most authentic you had been in the last 5 years of your life when you said that. But also it was very annoying for everyone around me who had been grinding and had this down to a science. I had a science, I just didn't know it. And so I presented it really badly, which put me in a really bad light in front of this room of like
'Cause I'm
super
like, "Who is this girl? Like, we have worked so hard to get here." And she's like, "I don't know, it just kinda worked out."
I think back to that day, I was just so intimidated because here was the Heidi Harris. Like,
Oh,
everyone knows this girl. She's amazing. She
I
like, of
know.
course, I'd look these people up online, and I certainly didn't believe I belonged in that room. Anyway, but now you tell the part of how we actually became friends. How that day progressed, and
I think it was the next day, if I'm
maybe the next night or
not
something,
mistaken.
because we were
Okay,
sitting.
yeah, something it was a weekend that we were in Irvine, California. Anyway, so we're sitting by the fireplace out behind the hotel, and
Yeah.
everybody's having cocktails and just
Yep.
talking about, what we learned and who we are and all that stuff. And I'm like, "Molly, your skin is amazing."
And I was like, oh, she's my kindred spirit. She just doesn't know it yet. I was like, thank you.
Can win her
You
over.
want to talk about beauty treatments?
So then, we broke the ice with beauty treatments, as one does,
Oh,
and
good.
then, I think that was January of 2021, or sorry, 2020,
2020.
because then we went to the Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate Conference in Nashville, and we were friends by then because we both believed in skincare,
Yes.
a
Well, we have
big pillar in
sunscreen
friendship.
girls. Wear your
And then, that was in March, and then the world shut down. Like,
as we were leaving.
as we were leaving, the world shut down because of COVID. It was wild. It was like, I remember being there and people talking about this, and I was like, I don't know if this is really gonna happen." And I was just, it
It
was
was it was really, for y for me, you and I talked about it briefly as we were leaving out of there, but I had just quit my job to sell real estate full time. That was one of the things to be on Rethink. You had to be full time, and I had just gone full time. And we were talking about how we were really going to grow, and you and some great other names, Andy Blake and Megan Wise. I mean, some really wonderful people in our industry, generous souls who will share. Sierra out of St. Louis. I mean, Sierra Reed. They're just the most generous people shared with me how to get this business off the ground even more. And then the world ended. Like, then the bottom fell out, and we were all wondering if we would even actually have real estate to sell, and our businesses were falling apart as we were flying home. We got on planes
yeah.
and landed, and things were out of contract that had been under contract. And
And listings were being pulled because they didn't want people's germs in their houses, and we were just like, they were like, "Well, what do we do?" And we're like, "I have Lysol wipes."
I
Like,
know.
we didn't know. We didn't know.
I have shoe covers. I mean, we had
Mhm.
no idea. We all jumped in on Zooms and started talking through, like, what do we do to make this work? And that's where we became really friends, I think,
Yep.
actually.
I do too. And it was a lot of, like, problem solving. Like, "Okay, right now, my clients wanna do this, but Molly, what are you seeing in Houston?" "Oh, we didn't, lead with that. I'm out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Molly's out of Houston, Texas." So we're not even in the same time zone.
No,
But it was a lot of like, "Hey, this is what's happening, like, what do you think?" And just, like, going back and forth, and then, like, life challenges, and then, like, "Oh my gosh, my kids just did that, that's so funny," and just, like, opening up and sharing our lives. But what's really special about this particular Rethink class, because you get on it for 2 years, is we all went through a wild ride together, and the brand wasn't supporting Rethink anymore because they didn't know what to do. Like, no fault of the brand, they just didn't know what to do. So we did our own thing. Like, we were getting on Zooms, having cocktail hours, like text chains, like, we just really sunk into that community big time.
yeah, and I think we learned to be very, and what the like where this podcast came from, this talk that we're doing right now, is that we learned to be really transparent with each other and come to each other with these like big problems, and we would start solving them. And it wouldn't be, and we won't solve things in a day here. It wouldn't be solved today. Sometimes it would be, but in general, we were figuring out how do we get through this to get to the next thing in
Yep.
the most like caring and efficient way we can. Because at that time we were caring, as we are now. But I think that's where we learned to like care for our communities first, and then that's where the business would eventually grow from. Like, we're going to tend this field because it needs deep attention, and one day it will give fruit. And we're not here for the fruit, we're here because the field needs tending. And I think that's how we all became
Yeah.
friends, and that's how you and I became friends and started. So then, and since you're in Raleigh and
You
I
enjoy this.
here comes the best app ever called
Oh,
Marco
Marco
Polo.
Polo. Yep. So then we have Marco Polo Therapy, which is where I get on. So Marco Polo, if you don't know, it's a video app. Imagine it like a text message. So whenever I have the time, I can just open it and I see a video of Molly living Molly's life. And she's like, "Hey, this is what I'm doing today. And I'm running into this. And, what do you think about that? And I've got this client that's doing this thing. And have you ever experienced that? And like, you won't believe, my daughter's going off to college. Like all these things are going on. And I get to watch it kind of like it's a episode of Friends. Actually, Molly, when you came and visited my house for the first time, you're like, I feel like I'm on a movie set because I've seen all of this, but I've never been here in person.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Wow, this is way bigger when it's not on video." I'm like, "And I know my way around your house, but I've never been here," which is
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. But also because it's video, like the trust grows quicker, faster. The communication is easier. You don't have to use as much words because there's the facial expression. So we really like went on a deep dive. And honestly, I know a conversation that we had. I remember it was during lockdown and I was taking my kids to the stream in our park behind us. And I remember just being like, I promise to show up authentically for you. And you're like, and I promise to show up authentically for you. And that is the commitment that we've had. And we show up
In
looking
all of our
great and looking rough.
we just figure it out. Well, I was about to share that same story. I just couldn't remember where I was when we had it, but I just remember, and as we talk through this over the years, as we continue this, and I hope we do, people learn of the things that we've lived through over these years and
Yeah.
how we've solved and saved each other.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing and the foundation of all of this, and I think why we've been able to continue to grow success in our friendship and our businesses and our lives, is that we promised that here would be authenticity only. We would tell the truth. We would be blunt. There would not, we would not shade anything here. It was coming in full color.
Yep.
And I think that's been the biggest difference maker. I can say before you, I didn't have a friend with whom I was authentic like this. And now I've learned, because I am authentic with you, I've learned the practice of being that way more, you know? And I think it's a beautiful thing in your life when you find somebody like that. You just,
Well, but that's also a gift.
I'm
Like
totally gonna cry.
if you're don't cry in the first
I
pod,
know,
girl.
first day,
Save that for the
Jesus,
third.
right? Gotta keep them coming back.
Yeah, come back. But it's I think that's an inspiring thing about life in general is like when you are authentic, it allows other people to be authentic with you, which then also helps them grow trust, which is also really good for, if you're in any kind of sales, building rapport with clients is, oh, this person's real. I can be real with them back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, 100%. People work with us because of who you are, not
Mhm.
because of your brand, not because of your, I mean, it might be because of your good sense of humor, but who's to say?
Who's to say? Who's to say? Well, and what happened with us is when on all these adventures on Marco Polo that we swore that we would one day just go and watch them all in order just to see these different parts of our lives that we've survived through. In it, what we noticed just last week, because for a while, guys, we were like, we're going to do this podcast, we're going to do this podcast,
A
but we
year.
don't have a name.
Hmm.
Molly's like, who cares? The name's going to come to us. And I was like, okay. And then I was in the CVS line to pick up prescriptions for my son. And I'm like, every time on Marco Polo that we start talking about business, we always say between the two of us.
Between you and me.
Like,
Between,
okay, but yeah, between the two of us, this is what I'm thinking. Blah, blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. So, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's it. Like
Yeah.
we say that all the
Me
time
too.
when
Or
we get
listen,
into
this
like,
has to stay here. And now we're like, no, that's exactly the name. As soon as you said it, I was like, that's it.
that's it. We did it. We did it. So yeah, anyway, so this podcast is really about us being authentic. It's about us being entrepreneurs. It's about us being mothers. It's about us having the wildest stories. It's about um problem solving when it comes to big deals, right? Like I'm not saying like big deals as in like a luxury sale. I mean like every deal is a big deal and there's somebody else's money on the line and they're looking to us to help navigate that. And we don't take that lightly. And it's so good to have somebody that I can bounce things off of that gets it. Because like my husband is lovely, but like if I'm like, okay, well, and I've got this, he's like, okay, wait, what? Slow it down, and you just like, it because you speak the same language.
Yeah. And it's interesting, people who aren't in real estate don't understand real estate. It's like people who aren't in law enforcement don't understand law enforcement. If they start talking about the things they deal with in their day, I would be like, wow, how do you emotionally carry that? I would not understand that weight. It's the same in real estate. I think a lot of people look at realtors and they're like, they think of selling sunset or, yeah, and it's not that. Like, it is absolutely not that. I know Heidi
Yeah.
and I will tell stories of our day, and she's like, "I was in a crawl space." I'm like, "Well, I was on a roof." And,
Yeah.
we're discussing these crazy things that people don't ever, necessarily contribute to realtors, but are such important parts of our job. And I'm grateful that I've always had, that with you, this friendship where it's so transparent and I don't have to explain, well, what happens in real estate, and so I think you and I have agreed, we hope that these conversations, that if we pull back the curtain and
Mhm.
let people in to our conversations, that they will garner the same inspirations that we have over the years, and the same sort of thought processes we go through to solve our problems, and just find a safe space, like no stupid questions.
Yeah. Actually, so how do you wanna do that? Like, if somebody has questions, should they just email
Email.
us, text us, and
Let's
then, like, whoever gets the question, we can just, like, spit it out, like,
Yeah,
"Hey, here's
or we
this?"
can do maybe we just need to figure out a little email address for this, between two of us
I don't
at
know, that seems really official.
I know, suddenly we got a thing going here. But I think that's the best way, so friends can email us. I mean, obviously, they can email at either of our email addresses, but I think if we make a spot where people can reach out to us, and, you don't have to leave your name if you don't want to, but, like, we'll answer what we would do. Like, ask us anything.
Yeah, don't leave your name, but definitely leave your email address so that we can be like,
Yeah.
"Are you serious, Greg?"
Don't leave me in a room alone with you next time.
That's so good. And we already have some topics that I know we wanna talk about. I know we wanted to discuss the 50-year mortgage at some point. We wanna discuss, there's something earlier today, or was it yesterday? Oh, the elevator speech. That tickled me so much. That was so good. Molly nailed this elevator speech. Actually, we have some time. Why don't you just can you s s
Yeah, I'll just tell it.
we're trying to keep these under 30 minutes. We're at 17 minutes and 40 seconds now, so
Okay, we're doing great. We're
we're doing
nailing
great.
it.
Yeah.
Look at us nailing it. We have so
It's
much
almost like we
time
know what
for
we're doing.
activities. Okay, so yesterday, I was at a luxury symposium for my brokerage, and we are learning to be better agents for the luxury market. And one of the tasks of the day was to focus on brand growth, and then therefore have an elevator speech that you have prepared, that you have memorized, that when you meet somebody in an elevator, you can tell them quickly what you do. Since we do more than just sell houses, your answer would not be, "Oh, I sell houses, I sell real estate," because that's just not engaging. Well, I looked around the room, and this was like a lot. There was a time given to this activity, and and I loved it. They were so committed to the cause. I i curate and edit real estate portfolios to help build generational wealth. Or they would say,
If I said that, you'd punch me, by the
I
way.
would, yes. Or
I
they
mean, good for them. Like, I get what they're saying. I'm just saying, like, that is not what rolls off my tongue.
No, or they said, am a I am your forever agent to help build your family's future through investments in real estate." And I'm like, yeah, we are all of that. And I let these people, I let them talk. I let them pick up their paper because it was so long. They had to read the whole thing out. They'll never memorize it for an elevator. And I looked around and I thought, you know what I would say? I finally raised my hand too. I couldn't hold it anymore. I raised my hand and I said, "Uh, if I ran into a man in an elevator, I don't care if he makes 11 million or $11,000 a year. If that man asks me what I do for a living, you know what I'm going to tell him? I sell castles to crack houses." And everybody fell out laughing.
That's so good. That's so good. Plus, like, it makes people be like, "Wait, excuse me? Like,
Yeah.
say that again?"
Yeah.
So she sells everything from castles to crack houses.
Sell it
I'm
all.
stealing it
Please,
for sure. Yeah.
as long as we're not in the same elevator, and if
Yeah.
so, I get to say it first.
Okay.
But, but in my career, I mean, that's the truth. That is what I have sold in my career. I have sold very high-end properties to properties that are involved in drug deals. Like, I have done it. I've done all of that. And also, it's funny, it's
Allegedly.
allegedly. You can visit my attorney about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's true. And then I promise you, when you lead with humor and authenticity, everyone wants to listen to what you say next. Now they're going to want to hear that you're a real estate advisor who helps people build generational wealth because you bought a home that was formerly used for some nefarious purposes and you refurbed the whole thing and you flipped it and you got it into a home, into a family who'd never owned a home in the history of their family before. Well, suddenly now we're telling the story of real estate and how it changed people's lives. They don't want to hear that from me in my elevator speech until I said I sell castles to crack houses.
Yep. It's like the is there a word for it? Like the record skirt? Like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a word for like that, but like that's what you did. Like you are like break this cycle and lead with humor and authenticity, which for us has always served us well.
Yeah.
And I think has helped build our business.
Both of
That's
us.
not how everybody acts. And that's fine because there's enough personalities in this world to go around.
Yeah, if it's not your lane, I mean, pick your lane and stay there. But also, that's what I wanted people to contemplate yesterday. And you encouraged me so much when I told you this story because you were like, that's it. Exactly. Because you're being yourself and people want to work with you because of you. It's not your brand. It's not your elevator speech. It's not, it's like you don't hand them a list of all the houses you sold last year as proof that you did your job. People will look that stuff up, but they want to know who you are and engage in working with you. And yeah, I think we get lost in this world of social media that what you see on social media, I think people I mean, you and I both try very hard to be authentic on social media, but I think there's a lot of agents who are just trying to be someone on social media and they don't think that their someone is substantial enough. And I think we're here to be like, you're absolutely substantial enough. Get on there and be you. Don't
Mm-hmm.
try to be someone else. It's not going to go over as well. I've tried to be you on social media. It's not very good.
There you go.
I
Did
don't
you embarrass yourself in front of thousands? Because that's what I do.
showed my whole fanny.
Did you? Did you really?
No.
Oh, I was like, did I miss this? Showed my whole face. Oh my gosh, that is something I would do.
No, but I hope we get more of these conversations, and
Oh, we
we're
will.
gonna do our best to bring it with humor, y'all, because that's how we roll.
Yeah. Well, and if anything, we'll be entertaining. So you'll love it. Now, we do need to figure out a way when we're telling stories to not,
Talk over each other.
oh, as you talk over me. No, I'm just kidding.
Notice myself.
I was going to say to not use names, right? Like if we're currently working with a Stephanie and Jack, like we need like
We need to
because
come up
some of
with.
these stories are so good.
You know what? I just say we go with the John Cougar Mellencamp, and that is Jack and Diane. If we're selling real estate, we're always going to sell it to Jack and Diane.
Little pink houses.
Little pink houses. That's what we're going to sell around here.
Okay.
I love
Okay.
it.
Jack and Diane. Perfect. Done. We have gotten so much done in 23 minutes and 50 seconds. I'm so
Well,
proud of us.
all you need to do, Heidi, is just pinch me in a corner. Today, I'm hosting a in my home cocktail event for my clients. I had a junior forum luncheon, so therefore I had to blow dry my hair, and I have to do it all within a very short time period. So, of course, when you said, "Do you want to do a podcast?" I was like, "Hot damn,
Yes.
let's go!" Because if you need to get something done, give it to a busy girl on a busy day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You had a
Well,
similar day.
I am pumped about this. Behind the scenes, you guys, I'm going to be trying to figure out a time that Molly and I can do this once a week and bring topics that are interesting. And also, I guess we're coming up with an email account. So
That part, I'm happy to do that.
Molly's going to come up with an email account. So email Molly. And then in the meantime, I'm going to figure out how the heck to post this thing. And I appreciate anybody that gave us a minute of your time. And if you stuck here through the end, I love you.
We love you long time.
Long time, and we're just gonna figure this out, and the next one's gonna be even better because we're not gonna freak out when it starts recording because we're gonna actually know that it's gonna start recording, so it'll be fine.
I know, but just like when you get in something on the ground floor, like you guys were here for the first one. You're an OG.
Yeah, you popped our cherry.
That's
Yep.
right. There you go.
Yep.
That's what it's about. Oh my
All right,
goodness.
awesome. Well, until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in to the two of us. Or between the two of us. See, I didn't even say it right.
We'll just start again and cut. Action.
Until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in to Between the Two of Us.
Go out and sell some real estate.